Hello, Raw Vegan Heroes community. Hello, welcome everyone to our live stream for June 6th, 2025. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So glad you guys are here. Everyone who's on live with us today, and everyone who is watching in the replay. So glad you're here. This is going to be an incredibly life-changing, empowering, important hour session. We have amazing Q&A. I'm so excited to get to the Q&A today. We actually have a lot of great questions. It's going to be a really great Q&A segment, okay? And I just want to thank everyone who is a member of Raw Vegan Heroes for being here. Welcome new members. Thank you to our staff, our amazing moderators, Jenny and Slava, who are so wonderful to have on our team. Big shout out and thanks to our amazing moderators. And hello to everyone who's coming on. Now, I've been running Raw Vegan Heroes for over 5 years, and this is where I help people. Okay, Raw Vegan Heroes is my group coaching program. And we use a Facebook group where everybody can communicate easily, but this is not a free group like on Facebook. This is a group coaching program that is highly curated. I have a trained staff here. Jenny and Slava are my paid employees. We are here to help you. Okay, I'm a raw vegan coach. I'm a detoxification specialist, a gut health coach, a business coach, a mindset expert and leader, mindset training coach. Okay, and I've been doing this work for over 10 years. And I come here to these live streams to give exceptional, high value, high quality training, sharing everything I know virtually for free for the members here of Raw Vegan Heroes. This is where you can get direct support with a professional health coach, with a professional juice fast coach, with a professional mindset and leadership coach. Okay, so I want to remind you, this is a great place. Ask questions on our weekly Q&A. You don't want to just ask important questions to the general community because they might not have the knowledge or the experience to answer correctly. And so I see that mistake happening a lot. You want to ask here on our weekly Q&A so that you can get professional, high quality answers and support for the step you are at. And that leads me to this week's theme, everybody. This week I wanted to do a little intro training before we get to the Q&A to help you guys immensely. This is going to really help you based on years and years of experience as a detox coach. This week's theme is the only detox you will ever need. Now, we have lots of symptoms. Everybody's got lots of symptoms, okay? And unfortunately, the allopathic system will label symptoms and say, your symptom is rare. Your symptom is unique. Your symptom has to be managed with pills. None of that's true. All of the symptoms in the human organism stem from the same root problem. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's why there's only one detox that you'll ever need. And that one detox to heal your body, to heal your mind, to align your soul purpose, your vision, your clarity, your health, that only detox you'll ever need is to empty the bowels completely, one time, all the way. It's profoundly healing. It is a miracle. Empty the food tube. Okay, because you're putting food in your mouth and through your digestive system every day. But until you give your digestive system a break, you have not done the one thing that you need to do. And if you do it properly one time, you'll never have to do it again. The amazing thing about the only detox you'll ever need is that if you do it properly, you'll never have to do it again. Let me say it again. You'll never have to do it again. It's a one-time intervention protocol to completely change your life, revolutionize your health, heal your health problems. And why does that work? It works because what we're doing is we're relieving and alleviating the pressure in the bowels. Pressure builds up in your bowels over time. Pressure from impacted waste, pockets of fecal matter, misshapen portions of the digestive tract. This could be prolapse portions. This could be diverticulitis. This could be an accumulation of food, an accumulation of mucus, an accumulation of hardened biofilms and just fecal matter that is plaguing you from the inside. This causes pressure. Now, a lot of people that I've worked with, I've been a professional juice fast and detox coach for many years. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people who have very, very significant pressure buildup in the bowels. This could be pressure from childhood that has never been addressed. And they're dealing with 30 years of arthritis, 30 years of eczema, okay? Because they have pressure in the bowels, and the pressure causes the lymph to become stagnant. There's two fluids in the body, blood and lymph, okay? The blood has a pump. The heart pumps the blood through the body, but the lymph does not have a pump. The lymph has to naturally drain into the bowels and out the bowels. The lymph requires that the bowels do not have any pressure. And of course, we're eating cooked food and animal products and grains and starches and oils and all these comfort foods that we think are normal but cause pressure in the bowels. When the pressure backs up in the lymph, what happens? It throws off the chemistry in our body. There's only two sides to chemistry in the whole universe, everybody. Okay, little lesson. Only two sides to chemistry, acid and alkaline. Okay, acid is where things start to break down. Tissues start to deteriorate. This is where we get autoimmune issues. This is where we get health problems. This is where the symptoms come from, is the acid side. Alkalinity restores health for proper reproduction and function in the body. Every metabolic function requires the proper pH in the body. But a backed up lymph from a backed up bowels creates an imbalance in the chemistry. There's only two sides to chemistry in the whole universe, and the imbalance of acid starts to burn you. It starts to burn your bowels, and you get IBS. It starts to burn your skin, and you get eczema and dermatitis and psoriasis. It starts to burn your tissues, and you get hormone problems, imbalances, thyroid problems, autoimmune issues, Lyme disease, lupus, MS, fibromyalgia. All of these are your tissues getting burned from the inside, causing the autoimmune. It's acids in your body. That's all it is. Now, we can do a juice fast to clean out the bowels one time, and that's all you ever need to do. Because if you clean out the bowels properly one time, then you can eat raw vegan and you won't re-plug up the bowels, causing pressure problems in the bowels. So the detox is a temporary intervention protocol, okay? So you can actually eat your species-specific diet and stop poisoning yourself with food, all right? Now, we want to do the juices, okay? A juice fast. Here's the thing. In order to do the detox properly, so you only ever need to do it one time, you need to make sure you're having proper calories from juices, because the body requires calories to detox properly. It's the number one thing. People get confused about this and think, oh, I can just drink juice. No, you can't. You got to drink enough calories. There's benefits to having specific recipes, and my 40-day juice fast protocol goes over the exact recipes that I recommend that have been developed over many years working with thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people following the protocol. The recipes are important, but even more important than the recipes are the quantity of juice and the calories necessary to help empty the food tube and alleviate the pressure. Calories are critical. Okay, so most people will underconsume juices. And this is what I hear all the time, it's hard to drink the juices. It's hard to get in 4 quarts or 4 liters of juices per day. Well, it's also hard to have fibromyalgia. It's also hard to have autoimmune. It's also hard to be obese. It's also hard to be struggling with energy and chronic fatigue every day, right? So pick your hard. I think 40 days of 6 quarts, 7 quarts, 8 quarts of juice per day is the least hard thing you can do to heal your body at a profound level. A profound level. Now, we need to take enzymes as well, because the enzymes dissolve proteins. The enzymes are proteolytic, which dissolve proteins. And in the bowels, you have an accumulation of mucus and hardened proteins, and actually disfigured and folded proteins and crystallized acids plaguing your bowels. Okay, so the enzymes help break down toxic compounds. The enzymes help break down mucus and biofilm and hardened proteins in the bowels. The enzyme therapy protocol is very critical. I recommend a minimum of 10 capsules of enzymes 3 times a day. But really, I recommend double that for most people and even triple that. Okay. So most people would say, "What are you talking about, Shane? That's a crazy amount of enzymes." Yeah, but you have a crazy amount of health problems. You have a crazy amount of fecal matter and poundage of waste and biofilm in your bowels, poisoning you, plaguing you, causing your autoimmune issues, causing your obesity, causing your health problem that the doctors can't help you with. And the doctors say, "I don't know, there's no cause, there's no cure. You have to take pills the rest of your life." You need to take the enzymes to dissolve the fecal matter and the plaque and the biofilm out of your bowels one time and do it properly. So you can take 10 capsules of enzymes 3 times a day, or you can take 20 capsules of enzymes 3 times a day, or you can use the powder and you can take 20 capsules of enzymes 3 times a day, plus some heaping tablespoons of the powder in your juices. You can take 6 tablespoons of enzymes per day, and you can take 20 capsules of enzymes 3 times per day for a intensive therapeutic dose of enzymes to dissolve the crap out of your bowels. And also it dissolves plaque from your arteries and your tissues. It breaks down toxic compounds that have accumulated in your body. Now, also, we use a broom and a binder. Okay, so this is why we use psyllium husk, because it is a GI broom. As the enzymes start to dissolve things and loosen things up and kind of liquefy hardened proteins and mucus and biofilm, then the psyllium husk acts as a broom to come through and sweep. But when we sweep things, it disturbs toxins and bacteria and compounds that are poisoning us. So we use the binder of clay to help absorb some of these toxins so it doesn't get reabsorbed into our bloodstream, causing severe detox symptoms. Okay, so I recommend starting with, say 4 tablespoons of husk and clay mixed together in water 3 times a day. Okay, 4 tablespoons of each mixed in water 4 times a day, 3 times a day, in between the juices so you don't overfill yourself. Okay, because the husk and clay is thick and it's filling, and it can be burdensome to take it with the juice. You don't take it with the juice. You take it in between the juice so you're not overfilling yourself. You take the enzymes with the juice. You take the husk and clay in between the juice, okay? And if you follow this protocol properly, it's the only detox you'll ever need to heal 30 years of eczema, to heal 30 years of obesity, to heal 30 years of Lyme disease or fibromyalgia or chronic degenerative conditions. You've got waste in your bowels, and I go through I have dedicated my life to help people understand this profound level of healing. Profound. Okay? I have testimonials of people that I've worked with over the years, lots of testimonials of people that have praised the detox, saying this changed my life, this saved my life. This is profound healing. We can reverse lymphatic disorders, bowel disorders, toxic load accumulation disorders, okay, like cancer, like Alzheimer's, like mental degenerative conditions, like degenerated kidneys and liver, like parasites, okay? These are how we get rid of parasites. We don't do a parasite cleanse. We do this cleanse. This is what gets the bowels, the liver, the kidneys, the blood clean of the parasites and the imbalances of the mold and the fungus and the yeast. It's the only detox you will ever need, ever. And if you do it properly, you only have to do it one time. And then you learn how to eat raw vegan to support all of the hard work you've done, to support the detox that you've done. Okay? You only need to do it one time if you continue to eat raw vegan or high raw or whole food plant-based, if you go back to meat and grains and animal products and fish and seafood and cooked oils and stir fry and junk food and convenience foods, you'll reestablish bad mucus problems in your bowels. Okay. So if you learn how to do this, you can do it again. This makes you a healer. People who go through my detox properly become self-healers. They become educated. Okay. I'm going to share with you a little bit later during the Q&A. I have a testimonial that I'm going to share with you of somebody who is a 16-year-old girl who had chronic health problems. We just finished a 40-day juice fast. I'm going to share that testimonial in just a minute. Okay. So this is the only detox you'll ever need. All right, so a big hello to everyone who's on. We've got lots of new people who have come in. Hey, if you guys are on live right now, pop in the comments and say hello. Send a wave, send a heart, because hey, here we are as a community together. I go out of my way to connect with people, to share life-changing information. I have dedicated my life to the true path of detoxification and healing. I mean, I'm a servant to the message. The message isn't about me. It's bigger than me. I'm just a messenger. And sometimes we need a messenger to remind us of the truth, the universal principles of healing the human body and the human organism, right? So I'm just a messenger here, everybody, just like you guys, part of the community. And so let's see some waves. Oh, Wendy Crank, hello, Wendy. And Kelly Murphy, hello from Albuquerque. Hi, guys. Hello. So nice to have you here. Much love and blessings to everyone. You know, it's my absolute honor and privilege. Ewan, is that how you say your name? Ewan? Much love. Lizzie, Sean is on. Johanna, Vicky in Los Angeles. Ash is on. Welcome to new members. I see some new members. Ash, hello. So we're talking about the only detox you'll ever need in your life. And if you do the detox properly, if you understand how to do it properly, guys, you will become highly educated, highly inspirational, highly aligned, highly healed, highly activated, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual activation through detoxification. Yeah. Oh, Lizette. Hello, Lizette. I'm glad you're on. Hello, Little Elm, Texas. All right, a fellow Texan. I'm in Austin today. Beautiful Austin, Texas. It's a warm one. Oh, we got Key West. We got Key West. Hello, everybody. Keep popping in the comments, everyone. We're gonna go to the Q&A now. We've got a really great Q&A. I want to jump in because I don't want to miss anybody's questions. All right. So everybody, here we go. Q&A time. You ready? Let's do this. This is dedicated to you. I'm going to have a sip of water. This Q&A is dedicated to you. I've been a professional detox coach for over 10 years. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients, personal, one-on-one, through degenerative disease and conditions. I'm also a business coach. I work with people on mindset, breaking through limitations, breaking through negative mindset, breaking through limiting beliefs, trauma patterns. I am a shadow work coach. Okay, so I help people on every level, from healing physically, healing mentally, healing emotionally, healing financially, so that we can all thrive at the highest level. Okay, and right now on this Q&A, I'm going to share and give everything I know. Okay, let's get into it. Whitney has the first question. Is this recommended with ulcers or painful esophagus? I assume you're talking about the one detox protocol that you'll ever need, Whitney, which is what I've been talking about so far today in this live stream. Is it recommended with ulcers or painful esophagus? Absolutely 100% without question. Ulcers and painful esophagus come from eating the wrong foods that weaken the hydrochloric acid. And the fastest way to restore hydrochloric acid to the stomach, to the digestive system, is to give yourself a break from digestion. Give yourself the green juice recipe that's in my protocol. It restores the hydrochloric acid. Also, ulcers are generally a bacterial overgrowth from poor diet, Possibly the overuse of antibiotics, the overuse of painkillers like NSAIDs. NSAIDs cause holes in the stomach lining, and then it gets infected with bacteria. It's basically like an infection. Ulcers are nasty. The best thing you can do is follow the protocol, the one healing protocol you'll ever need, Whitney. Yes, 100%. We can't let our fear stop us. We can't let the fear of our symptoms stop us. That's like letting say we have $0 in our bank account and we're really broke and we can't pay our bills. We can't let that stop us from continuing with life. We have to figure out a way around the conundrum. Same with health. We have to figure out a way around the conundrum. Okay, the conundrum is that you have a painful health symptom. The answer is to do a juice fast, detox your bowels one time properly all the way. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Diane Ocello, how do you get rid of wrinkles? I completed the juice fast and have been raw for 3.5 years. I didn't start this journey until I was 50, so I know this is a process. All right, Diane. Well, I'm 52. You can see I have pretty good skin for 52. I do have some wrinkles, obviously. I'm not wrinkle free at 52, but hey, those are just the signs of, just aging as we age. But hey, we can age gracefully as raw vegans for sure, because it detoxes the skin. High enzyme foods exfoliate the skin and break down toxic compounds that cause wrinkles. So we want high enzyme, high mineral content. If you don't eat properly, you can supplement with enzymes and you can supplement with minerals. Okay. The other component to wrinkles is proper protein and proper fat. This low fat raw vegan diet thing, like Doug Graham promotes the 80-10-10 diet. I don't think it's a good idea. 10% fat is absurd. It's really like an eating disorder. It's highly restrictive. And while maybe low fat could have a place during an intensive detoxification process, like if we have severe cancer or arthritis, maybe there could be a time. But even then, nutritional balance is actually what the body needs. So I don't think 80-10-10 is a good idea at all. And a low fat raw vegan diet is the root of everyone's problem. It's why you're hungry. It's why you struggle. It's why you don't look good. It's why you don't feel good. A low fat raw vegan diet is not the path. Do a moderate to high fat protein diet. Fats and proteins are wonderful, and they are two of the three macronutrients. So we want to have chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds for good omega-3s. We want to have high quality amino acids from legumes, from sprouts, from tempeh, fermented foods, fermented cultured soybeans, whatever it takes, miso, things that are high in protein, okay? We don't want to shy away from protein. We don't want to shy away from fats. And if you do that as a raw vegan, you'll probably end up struggling, getting wrinkly, and failing. Look at the people who do low fat. They're all bald and they're all wrinkly, like Doug Graham. Doug Graham is a good example of someone who has wrinkled himself up like a raisin because of doing a low fat raw vegan diet. Let's do high omega-3s balanced. Let's do a balanced diet of macros, proteins, carbs, and fats. Let's do balanced nutrient density from a wide variety of nutrient dense raw vegan foods. Okay, let's be smart about it. Obviously, restricting macronutrients is the root cause of everybody's problem and why people think a raw vegan diet doesn't work. And if you're somebody who still questions whether a raw vegan diet works or whether it will work for you, the problem is you're thinking about restricting macronutrients. No, 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 no. We don't restrict macronutrients. Just like any diet, like any omnivore, standard, American, cooked, Mediterranean, whatever diet, we don't need to restrict macronutrients. And if you do, it's the fastest path to wrinkles. Okay, enzymes, minerals, fats, and proteins. Diane, I hope that's helpful. All right, next question, Melissa. During the juice cleanse with mucoid plaque, will mucoid plaque be released on its own, or is it possible it will be mixed in with normal stool? How long after the last time that you see mucoid plaque being released do you continue the juice cleanse to ensure it's all removed? How do you know for sure to end the juice cleanse? Well, Melissa, this is one reason why you consult with a professional. If you think you're near the end of a juice fast, book a deep dive session with me. I mean, the years and years of experience I have, make sure that you have 100% guaranteed answers as to where you're at on the cleanse. Okay, I mean, this is why I actually recommend booking a deep dive session before you do a juice fast, so you have this information going into the cleanse. This is one of the main things I help people understand is how the removal of mucoid plaque works and when to end the fast and how to break the fast properly and all of that. Okay, so yes, mucoid plaque is mixed in with normal stool. Absolutely. Go 20 days after the last time you saw mucoid plaque. Give it 20 days of no bowel movements. That's a pretty good starting point. How do you know for sure? Experience. There's no substitute for experience. Everyone's experience is different, but people like me who have worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients, I have the averages in my experience. I know what most people experience. I know the extreme ends and I know the middle ground. And so I can give you this type of information. And I'd say 20 days, go 20 days. There is no for sures in life. Do your best to understand it. But what's really best is to consult with a professional. Melissa says, if taking a medicine that can't be taken with grapefruit juice, um, if taking a medicine that can't be taken with grapefruit juice because it reduces the effectiveness, which of the astringent juices do you recommend replacing it with until off of the medicine during the juice cleanse? This is a common question I get a lot. And believe it or not, Melissa, based on my experience, when you do a juice fast, it's different. It changes the dynamic of how medications and juices and the compounds in juices act and work in your body. My guess is that if you were to continue with your medication, but be on a juice fast and having grapefruit juice, not eating food and having grapefruit juice, you'd have a different experience and it wouldn't reduce the effectiveness. And you would probably be amazed that you could continue with that. Now, I would recommend weaning off of the medicine because there's no such thing as pharmaceutical medicine. Your body's not deficient in a pharmaceutical drug. Your body doesn't need pharmaceutical drugs. What your body needs is the only detox you'll ever need. Empty the food tube, relieve the pressure, get the lymphatic system working so the pH can restore with proper calories from juices, enzymes, and brooms and binders. The only detox you'll ever need, Melissa. Go in all the way, get it done one time properly. You'll never have to do it again. All right, Molly has the next question. How can I do this with a hiatal hernia? I take omeprazole daily for years. Every time I go off of it, the pain is unbearable. The doctors say I will need surgery to correct it, which I'm not doing. No, you don't need surgery to correct it. A hiatal hernia is essentially caused, Molly, from the choice of foods you're eating. Look, you only need to do the one detox properly all the way so that you can actually eat your species specific diet. The foods you're eating aggravate it. Now, you might say, well, why me? Why can't I eat certain foods, but everybody else around me seems to be doing well with these types of foods, potatoes or meat or chicken or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what other people are experiencing, Molly. We only have our own experience and we have our own calling in life. It's a blessing in disguise. You're called to a higher level of healing through your hiatal hernia, but you do have to eat raw vegan. Your hernia will go away when you eat raw vegan. 100% guaranteed. To get to be a raw vegan, do the only detox that you'll ever need to do and do it properly and do it one time. And if you invest, you'll never have to do it again. You'll never have to take your hiatal hernia medication again. You will be off it, the pain will be gone, and you will not have to do surgery. You might say, Shane, how do you know this? Because it's the basic functionality of the human organism. The human organism is not designed to have hiatal hernias. The human organism is not designed to take pharmaceutical drugs. Both of these are a misalignment. Where does the misalignment come? I already talked about it. It comes from pressure in the bowels, causing a backup of the lymph, imbalancing the pH in the body. That's what it is. It's acids. Acids are burning you. Acids are causing problems. Acids are causing the hiatal hernia. Acids are the problem. And when you take medications, it causes more acid in the body. Okay, Molly. Molly, you could book a deep dive session with me and we could go over the exact process of how to get off of the medication and beat the pain permanently once and for all. I also am a Juice Fast coach professional. I have about 20 Juice Fast clients that I'm working with right now. This is my work. This is my life's work. Like I said, I'm a servant and dedicated to this at a very high level. And what I've seen and who I help and the experiences I've gone through are nothing short of a miracle. I come on here and I try to share it with you guys. Some of you are skeptical. Some of you don't believe it. Some of you just don't have the bandwidth to apply yourself to it. But I'm telling you, if you do the only detox you'll ever need to do, it's a one-time done deal for your life to get you back on track. Okay, Jessica Adams has the next question. Fat apron belly and varicose veins. Hi, Jessica. Fat bellies and varicose veins are a food problem. You're eating the wrong food. Eat raw vegan. Do the detox. Do the juice fast cleanse that I outline and do it properly one time. Open up the pressure in the bowels. Varicose veins are caused from an imbalance of chemistry, a backed up lymphatic system, and your body's not eliminating properly. Varicose veins, bad textures on the skin, lumpy skin, discolored skin. You know, when you're a raw vegan, you get a good color in your skin and your skin smooths out. Really beautiful, high quality textured skin. If you want the most beautiful skin, free of cellulite, free of varicose veins, eat raw vegan. Okay. All right. Franny has the next question. What's the best dish you've ever brought to a potluck where not everyone is raw? Franny, yeah, okay. Sharing raw foods with other people. Personally, I think desserts are the no-brainer answer to this. Not everybody might like a raw wrap or a raw pizza or a dehydrated thing, but if you make raw desserts, oh, there's such great recipes out there. You can make raw vegan brownies. You know, I made those last Christmas and I brought them to my family gathering, and none of my family is raw. My ex-wife and her family and my kids and friends and family association and our circle of family, nobody cares about what I'm doing. Everybody's overweight, everybody's sick, everybody's downtrodden by life, and nobody eats properly. So I bring some raw vegan desserts, just to be festive, and everybody loves them and eats them, but they're not into being raw vegan, that's for sure. But raw vegan desserts are wonderful. Okay, Laura has the next question. Monica, hi. Are you doing okay, Monica? I saw a post of yours, I think it was today, where you aren't doing so good. Look, Monica, lean in. Lean into the support, mindset support, leadership, training and support, and shadow work support. Look, if anybody is struggling in life, you've got undealt with shadow, unintegrated parts of self that are plaguing you, that are running the show, running the scene from behind the conscious mind. The subconscious is sabotaging you. The subconscious is making life hard, and it's shadow work. And this is one of my areas of training and expertise is in shadow work. So Monica says here today, hi, Shane. I have the same clay you use for cleansing. My exact clay is for my face. How do you digest the clay? How much water and clay do you use? It's exactly the same brand. I'm in shock. It can be consumed. Yes, you can use facial clay for the detox because it is bentonite clay. Any bentonite clay. The difference between a liquid bentonite clay and a powdered bentonite clay is the texture. One is more finely ground for internal use, one is used for external use, but they're the same thing and it doesn't matter. You can take them internally. Even if it says you can't, you can. Okay, and you just mix it in water. I mean, it depends. I recommend 2 to 4 tablespoons of husk and clay mixed in 8 ounces of water, and you chug that down 3 times a day during the cleanse to empty the bowels, to do the one detox that you'll ever need to do. And if you do it properly, Monica, it's life-changing. It's life-affirming. It brings you into alignment with the highest level of your health and your vitality. Okay? All right. Savannah has the next question. Most satiating raw vegan foods. Fats and proteins. Everybody thinks they have to eat a low-fat raw vegan diet like Doug Graham in his 80-10-10 book. I don't know where people get this. There's a lot more raw vegans out there than just Doug Graham. Don't eat low-fat. If you want to feel satiated and full and feel good and look good and keep your hair, don't eat low-fat. Fats are satiating. Fats have more calories. Fats satiate the body. This is why when you go to like fast food or a restaurant or, foods that are really filling, they're high in fat. I mean, come on, people, let's be smart about it. Let's enjoy fats. Let's enjoy proteins. Let's enjoy all three of God's given macronutrients for us. I mean, no reason to restrict anything, okay? Um, Chia pudding is one of the most satiating. Fruit and fat together for me is the most satiating. So I do fruit and nuts and seeds together. I do I do chia seeds and fruit together. That's one of the most satiating. Or on a salad, I'll do lots of carbohydrates, right? Like I'll add fruits, like maybe raisins and walnuts. So raisins and walnuts are filling. Okay, so carbs and fats together are filling. And the equivalent in the cooked food paradigm is like meat and potatoes, fat and starch. But in the raw vegan world, we're talking about carbohydrates, raw carbs, and fats, like fruit and nuts and seeds, most satiating. Okay? All right, Corinne Edson. Hello, Corinne. Hi, I'm curious your take on spirulina and chlorella. I've heard mixed reviews stating they are contaminated and absorb contaminants, so we shouldn't take them, from Lou Corona and others. Others say this is why we should take them because they absorb contaminants. What is your take on this? And if you take any, and what brands do you trust? Yes, I take spirulina and chlorella. The risk and the problem is cheap spirulina and chlorella coming from China, where it's grown in environments where there are no environmental regulations and all of the heavy metals coming from the toxic atmosphere, the burning of fossil fuels and industrial waste makes it into the spirulina. But if you get good quality spirulina from a brand that is third-party tested for heavy metals, you don't have to worry. Of course it's good to take spirulina. I use Health Force spirulina. They're in my Amazon store. If you go to, I just put my Amazon link on the screen. Amazon.com/shop/raw vegan rising. You can go to the superfoods section and you can see the spirulina and chlorella that I use from Health Force, third-party tested, not contaminated, and you don't need to worry about taking it at all. And so if anybody says you don't take spirulina and chlorella, they're just not informed properly that it's the source that matters. And everybody's trying to be cheap and buy the cheapest thing on Amazon, and then we get the cheap stuff from China that's contaminated with heavy metals, okay? That goes with all superfoods. Buy American, buy third-party tested, okay? All right, Morgan has the next question. Hi, I would love it if you would address aversions to specific foods like ginger or turmeric and how that plays into the detox. Great question, Morgan. When we're doing the only detox you'll ever need to do, okay, we might have aversions to certain ingredients. We might have aversion to the turmeric. I don't want that turmeric. We might have an aversion to the ginger. These are the ingredients that your body needs most. Any ingredient, any component of the only detox you'll ever need in your life that you don't have, that you're not comfortable with, is what you need most. If you struggle with the husk and clay, you need to take more husk and clay. If you struggle with cilantro or parsley or the quantity, that's what you need. You need more parsley, cilantro, you need more quantity. Doing the one detox you'll only ever need to do once in your life is about making it hard. Challenge yourself. Don't cut corners. Don't make it easy on yourself. You're not going to get the absolute miraculous healing benefits because you make it easy on yourself. And I have a client, I'm going to talk about her testimonial in just a minute. But she went through like an exorcism. She's a 16-year-old girl with extreme chronic illness. And her mom was messaging me while we were doing our 12-week program together, which is my private juice fast coaching program. And she was like going through an exorcism. The mom was telling me how she's like writhing in her bed, her eyes are rolled back in her head, weeks of this like intense level. But I kept the pressure on. I said, do not come off the juice, the quantity, the herbs, the husk and clay, do not come off it. And now Lauren is her name. She's praising the experience, saying, oh my God, I can't believe how good I feel. I've gotten my life back. Okay. So you do not make it easier on yourself. The opposite, you make it harder. Make it harder. Have more ginger and turmeric. Okay, Jola. Jola, is that how you say your name? Jola? Hi, Shane. My sister and I want to do the juice cleanse together, but she's in rainy Bergen, Norway, and struggling big time to find enough produce, especially fresh herbs. Everything comes in tiny containers, and even restaurant suppliers offer small quantities. See, she's tried growing parsley and cilantro, but with all of the rain, no sun, and slug invasions, it's been rough. Have you seen this issue in certain countries before? Is there any wiggle room in the protocol, or are substitutions a no-go? I keep joking she needs to move to a tropical island just to juice properly. Well, she might not need to move to a tropical island. She might just need to move to a reasonable place or for a temporary intervention. This is the only detox she will ever need to do in her life if she does it properly. If she does it properly. If that's the case, total transformation. Would it be worth taking a 40-day trip to Spain in order to get access to the produce? Yes, it would. Not only that, she should invest in the best juicer in the world. Get the best juicer. Take a trip for 40 days to Spain or the Mediterranean where you can get all the produce, okay? Then you hire me as your juice fast coach and you spend the money, because if you do that, you never have to do it again. Total life-changing transformation that heals you, aligns you, profound healing and insight, makes you a healer. It educates you. I mean, it's like a college education. If you spend $100,000 on a college education, you get nothing. If you do a juice fast properly one time, I mean, the only detox you'll ever need, you do that one time properly, you've just invested in like $100,000 medical education. Yeah, for nothing. Okay. The cost of my the cost of my 12-week program is very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. All right. Liz Shaw, my brother, now that you've been raw vegan for 8 years and you've actively been building and maintaining muscle, do you still aim for 3,000 calories a day? If so, what do you typically eat in a day to hit that number, especially while sticking to 6 to 8 hour eating window? Thank you. No, generally I'm going to hit maintenance calories. 3,000 calories for me would be bulking, where I would be putting on weight, and I might do that temporarily, but I don't like to get fat. So I generally will try to keep my calories down to 2,400, 2,500 per day. And I work out 5 days a week at the gym. I do heavy weightlifting at the gym 5 days a week. Okay. Not only for muscle mass, but for health and longevity and mental plasticity, and for immune, and for anti-aging benefits. I mean, you can see I am the result of exercise, weightlifting every single day in combination with a raw vegan diet. You can see my muscle mass. You can see strong, you know, strong, because raw foods help my body build and maintain muscle far more than animal foods ever did. And the only thing animal foods ever did to me was make me sick, make me toxic, cause lymphatic stagnation, cause bowel problems, and cause acidosis. That's the only thing animal products have ever given me. So, Liz, here's the thing, brother. I mean, to go into what I eat in a day is beyond the scope of this time. I mean, we have 15 minutes left. You got to book a deep dive session for this type of in-depth. Okay. I mean, that's what a deep dive session is for. A one-time investment into a deep dive session. We have an hour. I give you a customized meal plan for building muscle. Okay, I give you a customized meal plan. We talk about protein, we talk about fat, we talk about carbs, exact macronutrients for you. It's invaluable. I mean, it's invaluable. Most people who want to be raw vegan don't even realize what they really need is a customized macronutrient plan. That's what they need. If you're someone listening to this who has struggled to be raw vegan, you are missing the macronutrient balance and ratio that's appropriate for you. And in order to get that, you got to consult with a professional. Book a deep dive session with me. I will give you a customized macronutrient plan that will make you 100% successful as a raw vegan. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay, Jola, I got to move on because I want to get to all the questions. All right. Jola has one more question. I have one more question about enzymes and the exact recipe for the lemon ginger blast. Okay, Jola, I just did a video on YouTube. I released it yesterday called How to Remove Plaque with Enzymes. I go into detail about how to use enzymes. That's on my YouTube channel. I would watch that. I've also read all over this Facebook group and seems like everyone is not on the same page about the recipe. So to clarify, yes, this is the problem. I talk about this. People in the community might have never done a juice fast before or are getting information that's incorrect from people who are not experienced. Okay. They might be saying, oh, Doug Graham is the way to go. Do 80-10-10. No, 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 no. Okay. So we need to consult with a professional who has the knowledge and experience and wisdom and track record and testimonials. There's no alternative. So don't listen to inexperienced people. We need to listen to highly experienced, trained professionals only. Anything else is madness. Okay? Okay. Kay Davidson has the next question. Hey, Shane, I have a quick question. Since you're a raw vegan coach, I understand there's a specific protocol for the juice fast. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on doing a parasite cleanse or a colonic before starting the juice fast? Absolutely not. There is only one detox you will ever need, and I'm sticking to it. One detox you will ever need. It is the parasite detox. It is the colon cleanser. It is the irrigation. It is the reset, mind, body, soul detoxification protocol that you'll ever need. But you got to do it properly. And if you do it properly, you only ever need to do it one time. And to do anything else is pure madness, because it's going to lead you down the wrong path. You will get no results. You'll have fear. You'll have questions. You'll be listening to the wrong people, and you'll think that raw vegan diet doesn't work or a juice fast doesn't work because you're listening to the wrong people, because you haven't done the only detox you'll ever need to do in your life. You haven't done it properly, and you haven't done it all the way. And then who knows what results you're going to get in life. I can't vouch for that. But if you do it properly, it will change your life. Absolutely profound. Okay. I'm going to go to Nicole's question here. Nicole says, hi, Shane. I'm curious why my post was deleted the other day. I think it's important to ask questions and to be curious about things. I posted a video from Dr. Doug Graham talking about why mucoid plaque isn't a real thing, and I believe he brought up multiple reasons why that may be true. I have no opinion on the matter, and I'm simply in the research stage and trying to discern what's fact or not. I understand that if it's true that it affects your business model, so it seems that you are biased. Curious on your thoughts. No, I'm not biased. I'm extremely experienced. Let's clarify something really, really basic, Nicole. Mucoid plaque is just words that come out of the mouth. But you know what comes out of the bowels? Fecal matter. biofilm, plaque, old food. We know that impacted waste in the bowels is the root cause problem of every symptom known to medical science. Name a symptom, and I will guarantee you it's caused from waste accumulation in the bowels, pressure in the bowels. So what happens when we do the only detox that we will ever need to do is that waste comes out of the bowels. For a woman, the average amount of waste that comes out will be about 20 to 25 pounds of waste that will come out of the bowels doing the proper detox protocol. This is profoundly life-changing to experience. For a man, it's on average of 25 to 30 pounds. And this is what I personally experienced when I did my juice cleanse following the protocol. I released about 25 to 30 pounds. It changed my life. That was right then and there when I decided to dedicate my life as a servant, as a student of being the messenger of true health and healing. So when somebody says mucoid plaque isn't real, it's a misnomer. It's simply just not true, because yes, we have lots of waste in the bowels. Also, Doug Graham is a dogmatic fruitarian, and the dogmatic fruitarians love to poo-poo everything that is good for people, like fats, like proteins, like eating a balanced diet, which Doug Graham does not do. Doug Graham is bald. Doug Graham is wrinkled on his only fruit-only diet. I'm sorry, that's not the way to go. And all the dogmatic fruitarians all poo-poo the same thing. They're kind of like a cliquey club. So I wouldn't get sucked into that, because what we're really looking here for, Nicole, is truth based on years and years and years of experience working with people hands-on, one-on-one. I wanted to read you this testimonial that comes from my client, Lauren, who I just finished a juice fast with. She hired me for my 12-week program. And I think this sums it up. She says, "Hi, Shane. I just wanted to let you know that ever since I broke my 40-day juice fast, I've been feeling phenomenal every single day. I haven't felt this way since I was 12 years old. I am now able to eat foods that would make me feel bound, make me bedbound for the day or days after eating them before. I have no histamine reactions, and I can eat things that I was intolerant to before while feeling absolutely amazing. I have energy day and night. I can go all day without needing to sit down. My digestion has also been very good. Some bloating after eating certain foods. She's just refeeding. Thank you so much for your help and guidance. Everyone around me is shocked and so grateful. The work you do is incredibly profound. I also just found out that my MTHFR gene mutation is just lack of energy reaching the cells. And the medical system labels it as something that can't be reversed, but I always knew it could. And I know that I have rewritten my own genetic code by giving my body so much cellular energy through the juices. I am also now able to finish up my school year with all of my new energy. Thank you so much. Me and Lauren have another 6 weeks of coaching together. This is just after finishing the juice fast, following the only detox you will ever need to do. And the reason Lauren is sharing this information, Nicole, I'm specifically addressing you, Nicole, and your question about deleting your post, is that Lauren released 20 pounds of waste out of her bowels, okay? Like I said, on average, a female is going to release 20 to 25 pounds. The result is life-changing. This poor girl was struggling desperately, really bad, okay? And her mom would message me and say she's like writhing in bed like she's having an exorcism, with her eyes rolled back in her head. In bed, she couldn't get out of bed, releasing 4, 5, 6 bowel movements a day. This is the result. So Nicole, when you post a poo-pooer like Doug Graham in my coaching program to cause unnecessary fear and concern from dogmatic people like Doug Graham, that's a no-no, because I'm here to help people. I'm here to change people's lives, like Lauren, through years and years and years of experience Okay, there's no need to have unnecessary fear derivative conversations in Raw Vegan Heroes. My group coaching program is here to change people's lives. Okay, period. Because we're doing the only detox you'll ever need to do. And my question and suggestion to you, Nicole, is have you done the only detox you'll ever need to do in your life? Because when you release 25 pounds of waste out of your bowels, you will educate yourself. You will become a self-healer. You will no longer be questioning and in the fear narrative of other people. You will be empowered. You will be in your sovereignty. You will be in your highest level of 2.0 upgrade. You'll be the best version of yourself that you've ever been on this planet. Yeah, because eating cooked food causes waste accumulation in the bowels. It's called diverticulitis by the medical establishment. Okay, we know we have plaques and biofilms in the bowels. The medical establishment acknowledges we have plaques in the arteries, but of course we have plaques in the bowels. Come on. When you do this, you get profound results. I just read you Lauren's testimonial. She sent that to me today. We're doing the 12-week program where she gets private one-on-one support with me, which is a weekly 30-minute call, unlimited voice message support for 12 weeks, and we're only halfway done. Okay, hope that's helpful. Let's see, I'm going to go to Ellie's question. Ellie Tran. Hello, Ellie. Ellie's in my business mastermind, and I'm going to meet with Ellie on my business mastermind Zoom meeting after this live stream. Ellie says, eating a lot of fruits, even whole fruit, with the fiber not blended into a juice, made me a bit lightheaded and anxious, like feeling when there's too much sugar or caffeine. Wondering if this is a detox phase I am in, being half a year into eating raw, and that it will get better. Yes, Ellie, eating high amounts of fruit can cause this kind of lightheadedness or anxious feeling. It's very, very common. It is a detox symptom. And there's toxins being released in the bowels. Now, Ellie, I know your personal story, and I know that you didn't do the detox properly all the way. I think, what did you go 15 days on the juice fast? When you empty the food tube all the way, open the pressure, and you use the broom and the binder and dissolve the proteins with the enzymes, you don't have to deal with these types of problems. But even then, in the first year of refeeding your body after a juice fast, yes, you're going to feel lightheaded from eating fruits. It's a natural detox symptom, okay? And it's temporary. It'll go away. Let's see. I might have to skip here. Okay, I'm going to go to Lena's question. We have 4 minutes left. Lena Laloon. Hi, Lena. Thank you for asking questions. Lena asks questions here every single week. Lena says, in your last live stream, I asked about estrogen deficiency, and you said you need more details in order to answer my question. My estrogen levels are way too low. I have eaten raw for 6 years, and I do strength training. What else can I do to support my body to produce estrogen? Lena, for sure, without question, eat estrogen, phytoestrogen rich foods. Have you done that? Are you doing that? I would recommend, for one, flax seeds. I love flax seeds. Okay, flax seeds are key. High in omega-3s, have the phytoestrogens, and will support your own natural hormone production. Also, legumes. Sprouted lentils. Are you eating sprouted lentils, which are high in the phytoestrogens? I would say that's an absolute must. And also soy. I would be doing tempeh, okay, if I were you, and miso and other cultured and fermented soy products. If you don't want to do just straight like tofu or something, then do tempeh. Uh, that is the cultured soy, and so it's a living food because it's cultured, but it's got the phytoestrogens. So I would say flax seeds, tempeh, and sprouted lentils. Incorporate those into your diet and your lifestyle, and don't overtrain. I mean, another thing, I don't know what you mentioned strength training. I don't know if you're overstressing your body, but that can cause problems too. I hope that's helpful. All right, one more question. Let me see. Okay, Jules asks about spirulina, We already talked about that. No, follow the protocol closely. Mihail asks about enzymes. We've already covered that. I released a video on YouTube about taking the enzymes in depth yesterday. Ambi Good, who's also in my business mastermind. We're going to meet together, Ambi, in just an hour in the mastermind. She's talking about she appreciates the community. And now she's doing 4 bowel movements a day, completely normal. On day 11 of your juice fast, don't question the bowel movements. Do the protocol, the only detox you'll ever need in your life, okay? Now I'm going to go to Jenny's question. Jenny Rowland, our amazing moderator, also in my business mastermind, also leads Juice Fast Mastery, also a moderator. Jenny's a superstar. Praise and love to Jenny Rowland. Yes, we call her Jenny Jazz here in this community. Jenny says, hi, Shane. I know you love your lemon ginger blast and have one almost every day if you can. Just curious what other juices you think are good to include on the daily. Thanks so much for all you do for us and this wonderful community. On the daily, I think the greens are the way to go. I don't really think fruit juices are good on the daily because we can eat the fruits and eating the fruits is great. But really, as far as a juice, I'd say green. You can mix it up a little, maybe add some other greens into there, other herbs, whatever you like. But essentially, a lemon ginger blast and a variation of the lemon ginger blast is a good thing. Other than that, on the daily, we need proteins and we need fats. If we want to be a successful raw vegan, give yourself that satiation, give yourself that leeway to eat a balanced diet. None of this dogmatic, fruitarian, fat restricting stuff, because I don't stand for that and I don't like it and I don't think it helps people be raw vegan. Okay? All right, everyone. We're going to sign off for now. That was our live stream for today. Again, just to recap quickly, this week's theme was the only detox you'll ever need. Empty the food tube completely one time. This opens the pressure in the bowels so the lymphatic system can actually detox the interstitial fluid and the metabolic waste, restoring balance to the pH. We use juices for primarily calories so we can go long enough. We use enzymes to dissolve the plaque and biofilm and mucus, and then we use the husk and clay as a broom and a binder. And if you do the detox properly one time all the way, you'll never need to do it again. It is a one-time intervention protocol, but you need to do it properly. And if you don't do it properly, there's no way that that's going to work for you. You need to do it properly. Okay, hope that's helpful. A big shout out to Slava, who has been such a great moderator today. Chrisley Mentors on in my business mastermind. We're going to go meet up together. Chrisley, Natty, Stankovikova is also in my business mastermind. We're going to go meet. And a big shout out to everybody who's still on and watching. Ambi, who's also in my business mastermind. Ash, new member today. Welcome to all the new members. And a big shout out to you. Now, next week, every Monday, I post the Q&A at the top of the Facebook group in the featured post. Get your questions answered by a professional. Don't settle for inexperienced people who don't know how to support you. Raw Vegan Heroes is not a free Facebook group. This is my coaching program that I've been running for 5 years. My coaching program to help you get proper professional support. You can't consult non-professionals. I'm sorry, okay? The Facebook group can be inspirational, but for support, you need to ask me or my team of trained coaches. Jenny, Roland, or Slava. I don't know how to pronounce Slava's last name. Najiki? Or Shane Sterling. Those are your options if you need professional support. My Q&A is at the top of the group every Monday morning, okay? I'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.